ridiculous. This took me half an hour. The boat is huge. Okay, so here's the deal. This is the worst part of the job. It sucks. It's very slow and it hurts all the muscles and it sucks. I can't even talk. See you in a bit. What you doing?
Botando botuma. I don't know how to say it in English.
You're ferrying.
I'm ferrying.
It's called ferrying.
Oh, that's what ferries do.
Yeah, that's what ferries used to do. Yeah, so it's starting to look like something. We stripped all of the anti-fouling until only the gel coat and some of the previous primer was on the hull, and you know, there's a couple of nicks, there's a bunch of them, but no really big osmosis, so that's good. So yeah, next step, 2 coats of primer, epoxy primer, and then anti-fouling. Woohoo! So this side is basically done, all smoothed it out, and it wasn't too bad. There was a few nicks here and there, but it's fine. This side, no osmosis. On this side, this is a fucking disaster. Well, not really, it's just a lot of work, but it was ridden with osmosis. This is where someone plugged a through hole before and it was popping off. Yeah, but it's all dry now and it will be filled with the fiberglass, and then it will be faired, then 2 coats of epoxy primer that will stop the water from permeating into the hull, and then the ablative anti-fouling. Still a lot of work to do. This is how not to repair osmosis on a hull. Someone previously repaired this blisters, but the only thing they did was to put some putty on top of it. Now look what happens when I remove this putty. You see, the wound is still there. So just putty doesn't fix it. What you need to do is go down to solid fiberglass like this, and now fill it up with more epoxy and fiberglass, and then you will have a good repair. Just putting putty over it will not save you. So this is how you properly repair osmosis. First of all, you take all of it, all of the antifouling out until you get to the gel coat and maybe the first primer that was on a boat. Then you look for all the bubbles and you grind until you get to the bubble and you take that bubble out. After you do that, you apply resin. Then and only then can you apply resin. Be sure to use isophthalic resin, because this is going to be underwater and you don't want orthophthalic resin. After that, you grind again. You get yourself a grinder. You grind it from this to this. After you grind it all, then you apply fairing compound. And after the fairing compound dries, you sand again. So you better fall in love with your fucking sander, because you're going to be sanding a lot. But when you have it like this has a lot of different colors, so it's difficult to show on film, but this is silky smooth, very smooth. Then you can apply a new coat, and in this case I am using top coat isophthalic as well. It's a 2-compound mixture and I'm putting 3 layers on. So you basically get almost a new hull. There you go. That's how you do it. After weeks of working, this is how it looks. After sanding for days and days, and then grinding all the osmosis bubbles, then fill them up, grind some more, then fill them back up, then sand. Then after that, you have to apply putty, fairing compound, and then sand some more, then apply more putty, and then sand some more. There was a big one right here, I remember, but you can't tell anymore. Then after that, 3 coats of this amazing stuff. It's like having a new hull. So this is how she looks right before applying the ablative antifouling. Yeah. So she has both sides ready for antifouling, and it's like having a new hull. It was a lot of work though. Let's get on.